Do I want double eyelids surgery or not? So I want to start off this video by saying that none of this is advice for you. As usual, all my videos are honestly for me, but the point of posting them is to connect and be entertaining. Mostly to connect and make people hopefully feel less alone for whatever it is that you're dealing with or whatever. I don't know why my neck is moving down like this. Okay, so this is a video I guess I've been meaning to make for a very long time, but I've just been very uncomfortable with it. And we're going to talk about a topic that's been around for over a century, especially with Asians. But it still seems in 2024 that not a lot of people want to talk about it, or not a lot of people want to be upfront about things. So I'm currently making this video with no makeup on. I don't have anything on my eyes like I have had for the last 6 months in majority of all my videos. So we're gonna rewind and I guess start this off with, ever since I was a kid, my cousin who's like 10 years older than me, she's also Asian, but she has very, very large eyes with these very thick double eyelids. And growing up, I always just looked up to her and I was like, her eyes are so pretty and mine are not. And that thought process didn't just actually come from me looking at her, but it was through all the TV shows I watched growing up, whether it be Western shows or Asian shows. Just everybody that was depicted as beautiful or played a good guy or a good girl or a Cinderella character, main character in any Asian shows, and I'm sure you can go check this out, especially like 10, 20 years ago, you'll see that they don't look like me, or they don't have eye shapes like this. It's very even, and there's like a thick, very defined lid. So I think a lot of that, and obviously like just straight up white people, Americans, have very, very thick, defined eyelids. So I think it really started as a child, just me feeling like I wasn't enough or my eyes are just not pretty enough. So I always looked towards just possibly thinking about wanting to get double eyelid surgeries one day, because I always knew about it. And for example, I have an aunt who's gotten the surgery, but she's never like even told me about it personally. I had to hear from one of my other family members. So even though it's such a common thing, and by the way, I just looked it up, apparently a Japanese physician from the 1800s came up with it. Like, that person proposed the first like double eyelid surgery. So it's been around for literally over 120 something years. Yet even to this day, I know a lot of girls that I meet and I could tell like they've done it too, or they've gotten the surgery. I have friends who've gotten it and obviously admitted to me and tells the world and have no problem telling the world. But there's still a huge group of people that are just very uncomfortable with it, or they do it secretly and they don't talk about it. And yeah, I guess I want to talk about it because I don't think that there is, or there should be, any shame in talking about it. If you've done it, then good for you. If that's your choice, that's what you want to do. Personally, for myself, as I'm making this video, it's not a decision I've decided like, okay, I'm going to do or I'm not going to do, but I'm going to take you guys through, I guess, all the torment and all the thought process that went behind just literally, I guess, keep swallowing. This is just my cell phone. I guess a piece of skin has caused me way too much torment, and that's why I think it is necessary for me to make a video about this. So yeah, as you can see, this is no makeup, no eyelid tape or glue. I don't have anything defined. Like, it's not necessarily like there is nothing there, but it's very uneven. And this is actually not what personally, like, my eyes, I feel like, are extra weird, because it doesn't just look like this permanently. Like, if I were to cry, sometimes my eyes will get really, really puffy and it'll turn into like a whole different shape. This part sometimes will look like there's 3 lines. Now there's like this odd line. This one sometimes doesn't even have a line. It'll be like more hooded. So my eyes would just like change all the time, and that always made me also self-conscious growing up. So I think it was really when I was in middle school that I was introduced to something like this, which is just like a glue. And for those of you guys that don't know what this is, it's literally like, this one's called Active Eye Talk Waterproof type. And what you're supposed to do is, there's glue in here, like it's like liquidy glue, and you're supposed to just apply it on like this area on top. Then afterwards, you literally, it's like you're poking it. So after it's liquid, you poke it through like this, and then it'll stay and you'll have like a more defined line. So kind of like a made up glued double eyelid. So I did this for not every single day, but I would do it every now and then. I think it started in like more middle school for me. And then I would just kind of do it on and off, not all the time. And then only recently, I started to use this, the tape. And the tape, you see how there's like 4 little pieces? They're supposed to be, I'll just show you guys. You're supposed to, I think, just put it on like that same area, kind of similar to tape. If you don't, similar to glue. If you don't feel like using glue, you're supposed to be able to use tape. So you're supposed to put it around that same area. And then when you open your eyes, you're supposed to create a crease. And I did that for a while until I discovered I could put 2 on one, and then it would just make like this very smooth looking fake lid, which I will show you guys. And I did that for literally 6 months. This is probably, I'm making a video right now, the longest time I haven't had anything on my eyelids. Like for the last 6 months since, let's see here, it is March 31st. So maybe more than 6 months, because I started in actually October. So I started October of 2023, and I pretty much put tape on my eyes, like 2 on each side, so 4, for 6 months. So I did that for 6 months, day and night. Like I would have it throughout the whole day, and nighttime. I wouldn't put that much effort in putting it on, so sometimes it would be like totally messed up looking, and you could totally see the tape like sticking out, and I don't care. Like for me, I tried it because I saw this Michelle fan video, and for those of you guys that don't know who she is, she's been around since like the 2000s YouTube, and she's like well known for makeup. And she was talking about how she has like a double eyelid here, and I think like one of her eyes, just it wasn't as deep of a crease, or it wasn't that even. So she said that she did it for like I think 6 months to a year or something like that. Do your own DD. And then it became permanent. So I was like, oh, let me try this. So I literally did this, and I'll show you guys. So you would, okay, I'm doing it on camera, so I'm not sure if I could do it right. It'll probably end up being messy. But basically, I would put one on like that. But no, I wouldn't stop there. I would end up putting another one on top of it. So it would be like a deeper crease. Hold on, I can't. Sorry, it's going to be even worse doing it on camera because... So now I would do it like that. Kind of like this, but it'll be like 2 pieces, not right on top of each other, but like one more on top, one lower. See that? Okay, and instantly you could see this is way more defined and even looking than what I have here going on, right? So I would do that. I did this literally for 6 months, and to be honest, I feel like now it's not just become like a beauty thing. Now I'm just like kind of so used to the feeling of the tape on my eyelids that I feel literally more, I'm not even gonna lie, like I don't know if it's a psychological thing, but I feel more like I am awake. See, I even like put it a lot more on top of the line that I have. Okay, that might be a little, okay, I messed that one up. So if you mess up, like you just put it down. So just get rid of that. That one's kind of wasted because it's only like sticky for so long. So I literally, okay, that one's okay. So I literally would just feel more awake now doing this than not. So it's kind of a little crazy, I feel like. But I wanted to make this video because I have been, like, a lot of people that I know who've seen me recently, they're like, okay, that one messed up too. Who see me recently, they're like, oh, your eyes look so pretty, or like, did you do your double eyelid surgery? And I'm like, no, I didn't. It's just tape. So I'm very like honest about it. And even if people don't ask me, sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, like I have tape on, like still thinking about if I want to do the surgery or whatnot. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. So I'm definitely open to people that meet me, but I didn't really, you know, make a video about it. Okay, so it's something like this I would just keep. You see the major difference? And from afar, if you look at me, you wouldn't really even know, because a lot of people who naturally have double eyelids or they got the surgery, like it would just kind of look something like this. Okay, this one I did a little bit too low. So either way, I don't put that much effort into it, but it's like, that's it. I would do this literally 6 months in a row, day and night, thinking that it would change my natural eye shape into something like this, but that didn't work. So in case you ever thought about doing it, I mean, maybe it worked for some people. Like Michelle Phan did not guarantee any results, so I feel like it does work for some people. It clearly did not work for me. And so right now I'm kind of just thinking I'm either going to do this forever or go back to using glue when I feel like it. Or my third option would actually be to do surgery. And if I were to do it, I'd probably just go to Korea, because I heard that in Korea it's just much better. And it cost me like $3,000, which I am willing to pay for it. However, I think the only thing that's kind of stopping me to want to do it for all of these years is that not to just to be like, oh, I'm natural and I've never done any surgery, not to just like say that, but I feel like I don't want to do it because I'm scared. First off, I don't want to really do any surgeries in life if I don't have to. Like I have a lot of parts where I could get surgery on. Like I have scars on my ears. I think they're called keloids because I have sensitive skin. So yeah, I don't know if maybe it's because my ears are really sensitive and they're prone to scarring, like really heavy scarring and then puffing up and stuff like that, that maybe if I do it to my face, like if I do any surgery to my eyes, like maybe my eyes will be more messed up than somebody else's. So it's like fear. And then also I don't like unnecessary procedures. I don't like pain. And the most important thing, I guess, is maybe I'm just weird and I feel like I like the ability to almost be like a chameleon. Like even though I feel like I like this look better, like having like more even eyes than like the deeper defined line, I feel like I like it more, even though a part of me feels like, I mean, that could be like a super long video and into something else where I feel like I could maybe just be brainwashed into thinking that's what I think is more pretty, even though I find that there are a lot of girls with monolids that are also gorgeous and other features that I may not want for myself that I think are beautiful. So yeah, it's very complicated. And I feel like even though I have spent countless years thinking about all this stuff, I still decided that, at least for now, not saying I won't change my mind. If I do change my mind and go to Korea and end up doing it, I will for sure make a video about it. But I think even after so many years of trying this and that, and even this hardcore, like day and night, 6 months tape method, and then having really nothing change except for the fact that I feel like I feel like it didn't really change anything, but maybe makes my skin even looser. Like the skin is more weak, if anything. So remember, anything you do to your skin, whether it's tape or glue, if you're going to like move around your skin a lot and then put something over it, I think it definitely has more damage than not. So by doing that, I feel like it's made my skin looser, if anything, and therefore more droopy. So that if I do this continuously, it might make my eyelids droop down more when I don't have anything on. So yeah, maybe later on I will change my mind, but for now, I think I like the ability of just not having anything on if I want to. Or in a while, maybe I'll be bored and I won't do this, and I'll just have more uneven lids for a while, right? And also when I put on my fake lashes, which I'll show you guys. So this is not like, I don't just walk out like this, because first off, I did it through the camera, but usually I put a little more effort so it doesn't look that weird. But I also put on glitter on top of it, which one thing I do really like about it is because I love glitter. And instead of putting glitter on my skin now, I'm literally putting the glitter on the tape. So I don't actually feel as much of the sensitivity as you would feel if you just put the glitter straight onto your eyes. So usually my next step in my makeup routine would be to put glitter on. And I think the glitter actually helps to make it less obvious, like of the lines, the double lines that I clearly have from the 2 tape parts. And then I would just put on like my fake lashes. By the way, this is what I used to put this is what you put your retainers in or whatever, the night guard. I used to buy these night guards, and these are the cases that come with it, so I like it. But yeah, I would do this, and then I would put, so like I feel like once I put the lash on, it makes it a lot more I want to say natural looking, even though I know deep down that this is so not natural. But yeah, like once, because you know how this line, it falls down and it looks like clearly like something's off. After I put on my lashes, it really covers that line a lot more. So it makes it a lot less obvious. At least I think it does. That I have the tape on the edge. So, you see that? It's like less noticeable. Still noticeable, but less noticeable. So yeah, it's actually not a very complicated makeup routine. And I honestly kind of wish I figured this out when I was younger, because before I would just kind of use the glue, like I said, in like middle school sometimes. And I feel like it did not yield these results. Like I wouldn't have such a definitive lid line. And back then I also didn't know how to put on fake lashes. So yeah, I personally, and again, what works for me, what I think is pretty, does not need to be what you think is pretty. And that's life. But I just didn't know how to do any of this before. And it's kind of like my recent discovery of it all. And yeah. So I want to make this video mainly just to share, I guess, that what you see may not be real on the internet. I mean, clearly isn't. So I think whether I get plastic surgery or not, or just do this, to me is kind of all the same, to be honest. I'm like, this is still not real. It's still fake. Like the lashes are fake. My real lashes are not this long. The lid is created. Like I just basically created this look, right? I could take it off anytime. And with plastic surgery, with the double eyelid surgery specifically, I think is just more of a permanent version of it. Except honestly, even if I were to get the surgery, it may not look exactly like this. And by doing this, I kind of have a choice on making it thicker one day or thinner one day or nothing at all, right? I actually feel like the lashes make more of a difference than anything else. Like whenever I put on fake lashes, it just makes me also look more awake and up. In my opinion, better. So yeah, wanted to share this and let y'all know that there shouldn't be any shame, even though I know, again, in the Asian community, there's just so much of either comparison, a lot of belief in, double eyelids are better than monolids. Luckily, there's a lot of people who don't believe that anymore, but the majority of the population, definitely the older population, all still believe this. Like I know my parents definitely still think this, even though both of them have like monolids or uneven lids. So yeah, I want to make it known in this video that regardless of what I do and what others do, and especially if you do end up doing any sort of plastic surgery or eyelid surgery, I think besides just like you don't have to have a megaphone and talk about it, but I also think it's important that you don't lie to others. Like I think that's also important, because I wouldn't want to like date someone or fall in love with someone and then realize like, oh, okay, they got their nose done and their chin done and their eyes done and everywhere else, and just be shook. I think at the end of the day, it's more about transparency with everything, honesty, especially if you're gonna like, end up with this person long term. I think that's important. And be just between girls and just between friends. I also think it's good to just talk about stuff. So yeah, this is me. I will probably do this look until I'm sick of it, or maybe the end of my life. I don't know. And don't be surprised, I guess, if sometimes you see me and I look different without makeup, or I don't have this specific look and I change it up later on, and be the chameleon that I choose to be. Thank you for watching my video. Share it if you like, and I appreciate you smashing that like button. And hopefully see you soon, and we'll talk about some other stuff. Oh, and last but not least, I guess I started off the video telling you guys, like, I did this, like, I put on the tape thing, not like my lashes. At nighttime, I take off the lashes, and not always the glitter, because I feel like it's on top of the tape, but nighttime I definitely pull off like the lashes. If I have like any face makeup powder, which I don't have on right now, I'll like take it off, but the tape I usually leave on like at nighttime, and I sleep with it till the next day. I did that for 6 months, and to be honest, I think I'm probably still gonna do that, even though I feel like it doesn't really work, and it's not gonna truly change the depth of it of my eyes or anything like that, which was what I was hoping for. So I think I'm probably still going to do that, because I kind of like waking up and then just maybe skipping a step in makeup because it's already there, and then I just either apply more glitter and then just put the lashes on and I'm done. That other times it moves, so I'll just like take it off and redo it, or maybe I'll just stop for nighttime and just do it in the daytime when I feel like it. But yeah, I basically did the experiment of 6 months non-stop, and this doesn't stay permanent, at least not for me. But if you know of any other stories, let me know down in the comment section below.